welcome back to a rather special edition. Now this is a video that a lot of people have told me they're waiting on. It is a collections video of a bunch of different ways that you can make mistakes at this junction. This is just outside the test centre, Holbeath Drive, next to the Quick Fit garage. Here the learner's turning left. This is March 2023. Now you get priority to turn left or straight on. The car opposite you here, the white one, they would come into the middle and wait. Here's a way to remember it: if you're going left or straight, you don't wait. So the fault that you're about to see here is when the light changes, the learner doesn't go when they should. They give way to the oncoming car. So they showed the wrong rules in terms of who has priority at a controlled crossroads. It was marked as a serious fault. This one, nothing too serious, it was more of a minor fault. Turning left here at the traffic lights, they were sitting there, they forgot to put a left indicator on. It's a left only lane, so it's not a serious fault, but advice would be to pop that signal on. Now we're going back a while here, December 19, they're turning right, they should be stopping at the stop line marked by the green arrow, but this person doesn't see it. What they do is they roll forward to stop at the same level as the lane on the left. Now this is not a safe place to be sitting. You can see in the rear view camera way past that line there. This was marked as a serious fault by the examiner and they failed their test for that. This one here wasn't too dramatic. They were turned right at the lights, but they simply forgot to turn their signal on. That was all. Minor fault for not signalling. Now we are again turning right. This is just at the beginning of a test to come out the test centre. First challenge really, turning right here. Let's take a look. They cross over the centre line here. They make their way into the junction, but they don't stay pointing straight. They start curving, they get told to stop, and then very quickly they get told to move off again. Let's do some analysis here. Now here's a bit of analysis. I'm going to put an arrow on the screen, this green one. This arrow represents where the car is pointing. Now, what you should do when you first start moving forward here is point the car towards a blue sign, which I'm zooming into here in the distance. It's not that clear. Here's a clearer shot of the sign. And you shouldn't stray away from that, you should keep following that sign. Okay, so the blue arrow's showing the sign here, and at the moment the car's facing the correct way. But the arrow starts changing colour here to show that we're no longer facing that blue sign. We've started to turn right a little bit here. And the reason that's wrong is, if you look opposite, there's a car in the lane that allows them to come towards us and pass us on the right, which they can't do if you come over to the right too much. So this is why the examiner told them to stop and then start again. You can see that they're no longer facing that blue sign, which means they're in the way of that oncoming car. And we don't hear the voice inside the car, the learner tells us that that's what the examiner said. Have a look at this. This is our drone footage that you can find on our channel. The red zone is what the oncoming car can do in the path that they should take. That green circle there showed the point that you should be aiming for that keeps you out of that red zone. So what had happened is the learner should have stayed facing that sign and got round as soon as they had the chance to do that. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. If in doubt, check out our drone video footage. Alright, here what we've got is January 2023, right turn again, coming out from the test centre. Now, they don't actually get a chance to enter the junction on this light cycle. You can see the amber light there changing to red. So they'd done the right thing by not following the cars in front. They waited behind the line until they knew it was either safe to join or waiting on the next one. However, here's the fault, they do start to move forward, but they don't go far enough forward. See, they don't even get towards the pedestrian crossing here. You need to be moving much deeper into the junction than this, or else you will have absolutely no chance of getting round. There's the lights changing there, amber, red, nowhere near a position to get round. Look, there's the cars coming for the other side. So, for safety, the car reverses back. There was actually no one behind us here. So the fault was not going far enough forward when the green light came on to give them a chance to actually get finished and out of the junction. Okay, here we're coming down from the opposite side here. This is down it from the hospital. They've been asked to turn right again at the lights. Now when you come down from the hospital and you get a green light here, you get a little bit of a head start, a couple of seconds over the people opposite. However, you shouldn't try and beat the lights like this. I had to put the brakes on there. You should move in to that centre waiting section. Allow the oncoming cars to do their turn. Don't try and beat them to it, or else you'll end up picking up a fault like that one. Back on the other side here, turning right again at the lights. This learner has a green light. The car in front gets out of the way and clears the junction. The lights are still green. You should be going, should be going, should be going, should be going. And they didn't take that chance when they should have. Hesitancy, marked as a serious fault. You've got to show progress and get into that junction, especially when it's clear ahead like that. Here's another one here, March 2023. Lights go green, they go into the middle section and they start curving to the right. You can see that would have been in the way of the oncoming car there. They should be keeping it fairly straight as they go forward, and don't try and get round before it's time. Here we've got another one, December 2022. First car in the at the red light goes to green. They start moving forward. Bunch of cars opposite. It's hard to tell what they're going to be doing. You can start to see the car curving right already. That green Mini is turning to their right, but there's still more cars opposite that would have to go before us. That silver car there. So again, starting to curve a little bit too early before the junction was clear for exiting. This is a bit of a sore one. This was a real driving test at the end of 2022. The car in front's on their test as well, and the light's green and this car in front takes a long time to get moving. Now that makes it a little bit awkward for my learner, because watch what happens here. As they pass this stop line, the light changes. The car in front's got nowhere near the point they should be at. So look, there's amber. That means that the cars on the left hand side that are coming from Dunfermline, highlighted there, they're going to get the green light to come in pretty soon. This first car's just getting out of the way, and right now the cars are entering the junction from the side. You'll see that in the rear view mirror. Now if it didn't look too extreme, have a look at the footage when I show you just the rear view footage on its own. This is behind our car, and just as they're getting round, look, these other cars are right up, hot on their tail. So probably would have been best waiting back before entering. Now the fault that you're going to see here is not for entering the junction when they shouldn't, because they do the right thing here by not entering, because if they had, it would have been a bit chaotic. So they decide to play it safe. Let's wait on the lights changing back to green and they'll go in next time. No problems there. That was a good call. However, when this light changes, what you're about to see is a move into the middle, and they then try and turn in front of these cars, 3 cars there. So again, dual controls were applied. This would have been the first chance they had to get round. We really do see all sorts of folks at this lovely, lovely junction. For example, on this occasion, you're going to see someone who enters the junction correctly on a green light. They start moving forward into the junction correctly, and when it becomes clear for them to leave, they don't. So now is the chance to get round after the silver one. They don't, they're not moving, they're holding people up at the back. I had to give them a bit of a nudge to get them out of there. So, again, all sorts of folks at this junction. Alright, this is just a couple of more scenarios of trying to leave the junction when it's not time to leave. A good entry, they go forward into the centre section, and there's a bike coming, and the learner doesn't see them, and I had to put the brakes on. Now that poor cyclist probably got a little bit of a fright there, because it didn't look like the learner was going to stop. So you've got to be careful at this junction. Check this one out. The learner enters the junction, absolutely fine. However, there's a big old bus coming the other way and they try and turn in front of them. And again, I'm putting the brakes on to stop a head-on collision with the bus. I hope these folks have been helpful, and I'll catch you next time.